Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be talking about stage 4, which is recover and stabilization. And so I'm just going to be talking about where I'm at in this stage and a little bit about this stage and stuff like that. So let's get started. So a little bit about recover and stabilization stage is basically your emotions just stabilize. You're no longer a complete and absolute wreck of stressing out, of being emotional, of just having this like overload of emotions coming out of you all at once, no matter what it is. So stabilization is like you're basically fine now. You still miss your husband or your significant other, but you are fine. And I am in this stage now because the last time that I cried for my husband was in my last video of my deployment update. As you guys remember, I cried in my video when I said I was not going to cry. And so I was still having an emotional time during that time, and so I did cry. And now I have pretty much settled down. And some examples from recover and stabilization could be like, my examples are I go to the store by myself and I take all the groceries inside by myself. I take all the trash out, I take care of Samuel. I've made like 3 new recipes that I have never made before, and they were actually good. So now I'm going to make them for when Connor comes home. So I'm really excited about that. And so it's just like doing all of these things and conquering things by yourself that makes you like, okay, I can do this. And even one thing that it sounds silly, but I opened a brand new pickle jar. If Connor was here and I was like struggling with the pickle jar, instantly, like not even trying, I would just say, can you open this for me? And he would open it and we would go on with our life. But because he's not here, I had to be like, okay, mind over matter, here we go. And I had to like really get into it, and then I had to like, knock it on the counter, and then I had to like do it again and knock it on the counter, do it again. Finally, I got it open and it was awesome. So I opened the pickle jar and I was so proud of myself. And so it's just a time where you finally feel like, okay, I've got this. But on the flip side, so I think like if this is your first deployment, or so in where I was reading about recovery and stabilization, the phrase said, I miss my husband, of course, but I can do this. Like, I'm fine. I miss him, but I'm fine. And I totally relate to that, but this is my first deployment. And so, I was fine, whatever, I was fine. And then my husband ported, and he was able to call me. And so he called me. And we talked first day, second day, third day, fourth day. And then we had to part and say goodbye because he was now leaving his port to go out back into sea. And in that moment, my heart again was like ripped out of my chest because we talked. He was supposed to go to sleep because the time difference, whatever, and so he was supposed to be asleep, but he was like, I want to still talk to you because he was about to leave, and he was like, I want to talk to you for as long as I can. It doesn't matter if I need to wake up early, like, whatever. And so I was like, okay. And so we talked for a really long time, and then finally I knew in my heart that he needed to go. Like, even though he wanted to stay on the phone with me and I wanted to stay on the phone with him, there had to be a point where we had to say, we need to leave each other. And it was so hard. Like, saying goodbye again is just so, so hard. And so he would say like, I love you, and I like, I'm so grateful for you and all this stuff. And I was just like, I know, I love you, I know, like just like crying. And then I would like suck it up and be like, okay, I love you too, And so it was just like a complete wreck. And then that day I just watched Netflix and I was just like so sad because I again felt the reality of I'm alone. Like, I have my dog, but I'm alone. I am like zoning out and watching TV, and then I'm watching TV till the very last second, and then I go to bed, and when I turn that TV off, it's like reality comes back that I'm alone. And so I don't know if this is like a first year thing, like first deployment thing, or if, you know, people have faced this before on their second, third deployment, but I feel like stabilization and recover, I don't know if it's possible for me, or at least when he ports. Like, if he hadn't ported and it would have been just like me figuring out life without him, and like, I miss him, yes, but I'm doing all these things by myself, then I don't think I would have had this like heartbreak. But because he did come back and he had to say goodbye again, then it was like so hard. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys like understand this at all, like if you guys have this has ever happened to you. But we're almost halfway, and I feel like I am getting a hang of things. But at the same time, it's like, again, this is our first deployment. And so I feel like I'm always just going to be sad, like going to miss him, going to, I don't know. I don't know what this stage is really. Like, it's just like a awkward, I don't know stage of I miss him, but I'm okay. But I miss him, but I'm okay. And it's just like you go back and forth, and because you're not in a like a sad, intense crying and all of this stuff thing, like stage, but you're not in a, oh my gosh, he's about to come home stage. You're like right smack dab in the middle, like I don't know where to be. Because it's like you're almost halfway, but you think back and you think that was a really long time. It feels like a really quick time, but when you think about it in memories, like I do, which sucks, it seems like a really long time. And to think ahead, it's like there's going to be so many memories ahead of me, so much time ahead of me, that I don't know whether to be excited that it's halftime or sad because it's just seemed like so long that I don't know. It's like I have to endure this, like these months again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what this video is going to be about. It's just, I think, just in the words that I'm saying and the confusion that I'm saying, I think that's exactly what this stage is. It says it's recovery and stabilization, and it may be for some people. It may be like you miss him a little bit because you've gone so long without him that it's like, okay, you know, I do miss him, but I'm okay. You know, it may be that for some people. But if you're like me and this is your first deployment and you just like don't know how to handle yourself, then it's going to be so confusing because like I don't have words. So, yeah, that's stage 4. I think every stage is different for each person. And, you know, again, like if you've been through before and, you know, if this is your 5th deployment, I feel like you just got it all together and you're probably like after a month at this recovery and stabilization. But for others, you know, it takes longer. And I think I am stable. I'm not emotional when it comes to just thinking about him. Like, I miss him, but at the same time, I feel like it's more than that. It's more like just, I want this to be over. Okay, I just want it to be over. It's not like a, oh, I can do this. I'm good. We can do another couple months, blah blah blah, you know, happy me. It's like I want this over. I want this over. I want this over. That's my life. It's just hitting myself in the head and saying, can we just come home and live our life together and you not be on deployment? And yes. So yeah, I think I would label this stage as, you know, stable but confused, recovered but also sad. So yeah. I don't know if this video was very helpful at all. But just know that if you are in this stage of like recovery but you still miss him and you just like want this to be over, and like just if you have so many mixed emotions, you are completely normal. And I think I'm really just saying that because I want to feel normal. But I think you are normal, and I think that is normal, especially in first deployments. And so yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video of crazy randomness. And as always, you can always email me for advice, especially if this is your first deployment. We can share life together, and you can tell me about just how you're doing and your significant other's name, because I always like praying for people out at sea, especially with the things going on right now. It's just super, super scary, and so I just will be praying for you guys. So yeah, definitely send me an email if you would like. And of course, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!